What is going on, Perform24 family? It has been a couple weeks since I've made a video. I have certainly been thinking about you. It's just been crazy busy. We had back-to-back out-of-state weekend weddings, so we were traveling for that. My wife has been traveling for work, and then my work has also been crazy. So the baseball offseason is now in full swing, and so we're getting some of our seasonal athletes in, and so it's just been nuts, okay? But don't worry, I've been thinking about you guys, and I figured that this would be kind of a fun video to make. I'm just going to kind of show you guys some of the small things that I picked up for Black Friday, and then a couple things that I didn't buy for Black Friday but happened to come in at the same time, and so we'll kind of throw those in at the end. These are all small items, but they do make a big difference in the efficiency of my training, mostly at the gym. Okay, so these products are mostly products that I'm going to be using at the gym, but I did get a couple things for this garage space as well. So we're going to start with the smallest and end with the big ones, and then I'm just going to kind of rip through these, okay? So this isn't going to be like some in-depth review on these products. If you guys have specific questions about the things I'm going to talk about, please let me know, and then I will let you know my feedback as I get a little bit more use behind them. So starting with the smallest items first. So I did order a couple pair of the Oh-So Mighty collars. I go through collars way more frequently than I should. These are kind of those stupid things that you have to buy if you own a gym, and I hate buying collars. But I've never bought these before. I've never bought metal collars before, but Rogue was running a special on them for Black Friday, and I figured I would buy a few pair. However, I'm not happy with them. The very first time I used one of these, one of the levers broke. I ended up buying 4 pair of these collars, and so I'm already a pair down. I did contact Rogue about it, and they are sending me a repair kit. But this is an aluminum collar with a plastic lever, and I didn't know that this was plastic when I went to buy them. Otherwise, I might not have purchased them. But yeah, so far not super happy with them. Just as a size comparison, this is an axle collar, a Rogue axle collar that I use for a trap bar at the gym that has been worn down, and now they fit regular collars, regular barbell sleeves, so I use them here. And then these are just like the cheap Amazon ones that I've traditionally purchased, and I break these all the time. So I'll break a pair of these a month or more sometimes, and so I figured, I'll actually upgrade and get nice collars and they won't break, and then these guys ended up breaking immediately. So not very happy with them. I might have wasted my money, but we'll see how they last in the long term. Maybe that one was just damaged for whatever reason. So anyways, Oh-So Mighty collars, a few pair. The second, third, and fourth items that I ordered for Black Friday were all Landmines. I use Landmines all the time, both at the gym and here in the garage. I love, like, the arc of the Landmine produces a really, really good movement that is just like biomechanically perfect for a lot of different movements. I've talked about the squat. I use Landmine squats for beginners all the time to like teach them a correct squat pattern. I haven't ever had a Landmine attachment at the gym. I've always used kind of a makeshift way that's always worked fine. But for Black Friday, Rogue was offering their Landmines at a discount, and I decided that it was a good time to purchase them. So I bought 2 Landmines for the gym. I do have Monster light racks at the gym with the 5/8 holes, 5/8 inch holes, and I don't like investing a lot of money into attachments for the smaller gauge holes, just because I will be upgrading that at some point to 1-inch holes, and so I don't want to invest a lot of money into an ecosystem that I'm not going to be in for the long term. But again, it was worth it. I think I'm already using them like crazy, and they do make a big difference for us, so I think that was a good buy. The third Landmine that I did get was for the 1-inch holes for my rack here. And Rogue has a new attachment system with hand tightening screws, basically. So I can hand tighten this Landmine to my rack, and then I can untighten it, move it around to different points in the rack if I need to. I figured since this was a small space, I wanted to see how that hand tightening mechanism worked. So far, I love it. You can really crank it down with your hands to really secure it to the rack. But then you can also loosen it pretty easily and move it to different areas. So very versatile piece, obviously, to have in the garage gym. Already getting a lot of use out of that. And I was curious about that new monster landmine attachment that they had designed, and so far I really like it. So I hate putting a Rogue landmine on a Sorinex rack, but based off of that new attachment mechanism and just the quality of this landmine and the price that they were running for Black Friday, I actually think that it was a good deal. And you know, it's a Rogue landmine on a Sorinex rack. It is what it is, all right? It is what it is. All right, the fifth piece that I did buy was a single leg roller for single leg squats. And this is a standalone piece. I intentionally did not get a rack attached roller. I have a rack attached roller here in the garage. Again, small space. Everything is basically built off of the rack. But at the gym, we use Bulgarian split squats all over the place, okay? Sometimes we use them in the rack with a barbell, but sometimes we use them with dumbbells over where the dumbbells are located, or the kettlebells, and even like the cable. So sometimes I'll use like a single arm row in a Bulgarian split squat position. And so I wanted a roller pad that was mobile and able to kind of float around the gym. If you guys know that piece, they are ridiculously expensive, and I was never going to buy one. I've always just used like a static box or something, like a plyo box that just kind of floats around the gym. But again, Titan was running a special on the single leg roller pad, and I decided to jump on it. I've never purchased anything from Titan ever. I have a Titan safety squat bar that I inherited that I use pretty frequently, and I actually do like that. But I've never purchased anything from Titan. So yeah, it's a cheap piece. It's way less expensive than competitors, which is why I decided to go ahead and buy it. And we are already using it like crazy. So it's an adjustable piece, you know, so it can fit the needs of like different height athletes. And so far it's been awesome. So I think that that's going to be a good value piece. Versatile again, kind of fits like a small hole in our gym needs, but it serves that role better than anything else would. So far it's been awesome. Hopefully it holds up over time. And then the final pieces that I got, maybe you noticed this one here, but again, this was not a Black Friday purchase, but it happened to come in while the other pieces started to come in, and so I'm throwing it in this video. But these maces, I got two custom engraved maces from Wolf Brigade. Okay, I got an 8 kilogram and a 10 kilogram mace, and these things are incredible. These two pieces, this is one of them, but I do have two of them, but they demand multiple videos just by themselves. Okay, so I'm just kind of throwing these in the end of this video as a bonus here. But I've never used a steel mace before. Swinging this thing around is the first time I've ever actually got my hands on a mace, and I am finding immediate application both in my own training, but also in my like beginner client training, and also in my pro athlete client training. So Wolf Brigade is somebody that I've been following, you know, for most of 2021. And I've had some thoughts going on in my head about how I would maybe apply that into my own training methodology. And so I ended up, kind of a long story, it's for another video, but I ended up getting a couple of these, and like I said, I've only had them for a week and a half or so, and they are already making a difference in how I teach the squat pattern. So very, very cool tools, and we'll be talking much more about them in the future. You know, as you can see, I'm pretty pumped up about these things. Plus having the custom engraving, I just think is amazing. These are extremely high quality pieces, and the ability to customize them, and Heather customized these, you know, she made them specific to Perform24, and I think they are absolute like 10 out of 10, some of the coolest pieces of equipment I've ever gotten. So that's a quick little overview of a couple small things that I've picked up. Again, just kind of plugging holes in like the small needs that we need both in this small training space here and at the gym. I'm going to be making a couple like year-end recap videos here soon, both on like my own training, and then last year I did like a business recap of 2020, and I'm going to be doing something similar again this year for that. But anyways, a couple of videos in the pipeline, definitely some videos on the Mace. These things are incredible. That's going to wrap up today's video. As always, train hard, live full, and I'll catch you in the next one.